Retrieve a list of customer ID name, corresponding order ID, date, order amount for customers who have placed in orders. For other customers, order details can be null as they haven't placed an order. So that basically tells us that we want both order data and customer data. So since we can't do, this is MySQL, and hopefully this is not too confusing, trying to make the best of it. What we are going to do is select the customer data and the order data from customers and left join orders, and then do the same thing and right join orders, and then make a union of these two result sets. Now, outer join is a join that includes rows from both tables, regardless of if there is a match. But when there is a match in the common column, you would see complete rows with columns populated from both tables. If there isn't a match, you would see rows that are missing data on the right or missing data on the left. But all of the data is there if it's matching or if it's not. Now, MySQL has a syntax limitation that you cannot just write from table A outer join or full outer join table B. So that's just a stupid limitation of MySQL, right? So what we're doing here and why I introduced union first is we are doing a workaround. We are replicating the functionality of an outer join in MySQL that doesn't have outer joins. We're just making it work. We're doing an outer join, replicating the functionality by doing something that will fetch us data from both tables, match where there is a match, but also get us non-matching records. So kind of like I said that an outer join is what you would get by combining a left and a right join. So you can combine them by doing your first query. Your first result set is a left join. So this gets us all customers and matching orders. And this gets us all orders because orders are on the right to the join, and this is the right join, and matching customers. And as for any union, this is really simple because we are doing both tables in both statements. So we know that we'll get the matching columns: customer ID, customer name, order ID, date, amount. Now I'll run this. It will not get the right result, which I don't care. Personally, in terms of me showing you what this does, but it is something that's been noted that we need to address for this lesson. All right, so I'll run this and I'll show you the output. Okay, now again, not an illustrative output because what we're getting here looks like a left join simply because it's kind of difficult to store an order that hasn't been placed by someone. But please use your imagination and imagine that there are rows where we have these three columns populated: order ID, date, and amount, and the two columns on the left not populated. So what this would look like if we had orders with no customer ID is some additional rows with with empty first two columns and populated other three columns. Why? Because we did a full outer join. We fetched all the data where there is a match. We have the full rows match data. Where there isn't a match, we get customer data and then additionally possibly order data. So this is the way to replicate an outer join in MySQL. I want to emphasize this. This is for your understanding. I don't ever expect this to be required of you in interviews, doing an outer join through unions. I just wanted to point this out. I know we have practice questions down the line requiring an outer join. and this is how you'll do it. Because this isn't saved, one thing I share with students is guidance from what's it called? Gosh, my brain. How do I do Stack Overflow? How can I do full outer join in MySQL? Okay, this is possible duplicate of MySQL full outer join syntax error, right? So if you ever need a reminder of this, there is an example on Stack Overflow, literally doing the union. First query is left join, second query is right join. The queries look identical. What's different is the type of join, and you just do a union on them, and that's the outer join.